So principle number 3, is very important. Everybody has got a clear role and focus, So you got people on your team, but they got many roles and they're always busy. And today they're doing A, then B, then C, then D, then E, then F and G. So they're busy all the time, jumping from one thing to another. They are multitasking all the time, okay? So this is, once you find that if we are multitasking, if you've got a lot of things to do and we don't have one principal focus, guess what? People get tired and people will lose interest, okay? Right. So so this key principle is that, you have got that one key focus. And so because many of us are in BNI, I'm going to share with you how you can have that one focus, okay? So there are, in BNI, we've got what we call a leadership team to run our chapters. And it's very important that every leadership team member have got one thing that they know they're absolutely responsible for, okay? So I'm going to share with you my version. It could be slightly different in your region, but just take it as a learning point, okay? So basically, okay, the webmaster, their one focus is to make sure that 100% of members in their chapter have got profiles in BNI Connect, okay? With the new BNI Connect and the mobile app, guess what? Your profile is something that's searchable. It's something like your digital business card, okay? Especially in the new normal, okay? So this is very important for members to be able to be found, okay? So an event coordinator, okay? The event coordinator must organize one business open day per quarter. So a business open day is sometimes known as a business day. That's the one focus of the event coordinator. So you can see how specific some of these positions have got other roles, but there's one thing they must focus on, the one duty or one responsibility they must fulfill, okay? Growth coordinators, okay? Every member must be in a power team. So they start off by being in a contact sphere, and from a contact sphere, the growth coordinator will help them become part of a power team, because power teams is the secret sauce to BNI success. You are surrounding yourself with people that can always bring you referrals. You can work projects together, okay? So the mentor coordinator, the one focus on the mentor coordinator is that we're going to help new members attend the member success program and become a green member in 30 days, okay? So their job is to look after the new members, or if you use business language, look after the new clients, because your new clients are the one that needs the most support, okay? So that's the job of a mentor coordinator. Your visitor host. Your visitor host, the role, the one focus of a visitor host is to make sure that 100% of visitors fill in an application form. Imagine if you do not have this one focus in your region, guess what? If the visitor host thinks, oh, this chapter, our chapter, we already got a web designer. So this web designer comes in, no need to fill in application form. Guess what? If every chapter in your region does that, you are losing a lot of potential members to other chapters, because this person cannot join the web designer classification in your chapter, but guess what? He could be a good member to join another chapter. So when you've got your visitor host focused on getting every single visitor filling in an application form, guess what? Then we are now working as a region, every chapter supporting another chapter by having potential people fill other chapters. And if you're a regional director, executive director, or a national director here, this is going to make a lot of difference in able to help our chapters grow, okay? Right. So these are the first few. Okay, the next one is your education coordinator, okay? So the one focus for education coordinator is to make members engage with BNI University or BNI Business Builder in a new name and attend skills workshop. That's the role, not just to turn up, every week and just 3 to 4 minutes, say something, sit down and forget about their role. This is an ongoing role to make sure that all members in the chapter are upskilled and better educated, okay? So that's the education coordinator. Next one is secretary treasurer. Secretary treasurer's one key focus is to achieve 80% retention. How? By starting the renewal process 6 months, not 3 months, not 4 months, but 6 months before the due date, okay? So the secretary treasurer is focused on this one thing. You find that the retention of your chapter will simply go up, okay? Right? The next one is your VP. So some countries call it the VP, okay, vice president, or some countries call it the membership coordinator, okay? So the one key focus of a VP or an MC is to make sure that 100% of members are green or members traffic lights. Why green? Because green are members who know how to use the system. When you use the system, guess what? You're going to get results, right? So it's the one key focus is to help members use the BNI system better to make sure that they get results. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. And then the next one is the president. Oh, that's a very easy job. Just one thing, okay? Focus on getting the chapter traffic lights to 100 points. And guess what? When you try to get a chapter traffic lights to 100 points, what you are doing is actually, okay, what you do is actually making sure that every department of the chapter is performing well, okay? Right. So this is just my sharing of an example of an organization that have got all the key players or the key leadership players having one key focus, okay? Right. So the exercise is for you now to identify who are the key team players of your organization, okay? It could be your company, it could be a different organization you belong to, okay? List them down and then list down what's the one key focus for each of the key team player, okay? So be as specific as the example I gave you just now using BNI. List down all the key team players in your company, in your organization, and what's the one key focus for each of them, okay? Right. So I'm gonna swap over to the Padlet, okay? And then you can have a start keying in, okay? What's the one key focus? Okay, so you've written down production manager, sales manager, site admin, very good. So you identified the key players in your team. The next thing you got to do is you got to identify what is the one thing they are focused on, okay, right? And the more specific you are, the more you're able to track and coach them to achieve results, okay, right? So I see some of you have written down there, launch director. Good, okay, so launch director is a key team player. So what's their one key focus? Launch one chapter every 3 months, okay? It is going to be something as specific as that, okay, right? So that you can go and support them to achieve those results, okay, right? So if you put there as a support ambassador, guess what? Is to make sure that, for example, if your support ambassador looks after the passport program, you got to make sure that every new member completes the passport program within 90 days. Okay, so I'm using examples from the BNI world, which I'm familiar with. Okay, yeah. So come back to those in a non-BNI. So for example, you've got a sales manager, okay? So sorry, sales executive, okay? So you need to set what's the key focus? The key focus of a sales executive is to get, one new customer a week, or two new customer a week, or three new customers a week, or to achieve, the one key focus is to achieve X dollars worth of sales every week, okay? Right, yeah. Okay, right. So I see, hi from, Hanoi, okay, Hanoi South, okay, Hanoi 6, okay, right. You got a CEO, CFO, CMO, CCO, right? So these are all you call the C-suites people, okay? So what is their one key focus? Okay, right. So you got to define that, okay? So we may not have time today because we need 1 hour to complete this whole exercise, but take it as something, okay, that you would, maybe not tonight, okay, it's going to be a bit late for those of you in the Asia Pacific time zone. Do it tomorrow. For those of you, who've got time, do it tonight, okay? Sit down and spend maybe 15, 20 minutes and start to flesh out your answers, okay? And you'll be thankful you did that, okay? Right. So another quick 30 seconds for you to write down, okay? Right. And for those, I don't think there's many of us, okay? I think if you're from BNI, you're a business owner. If you're from JCIs, just a few of us could be, senior positions in our company. Think about your own department, okay? So, one of the important mindset to have as an employee is don't think like an employee, think as if you own the business and do the things that you would do if you are the business owner. And that's how you're going to be proactive. That's how your boss is going to recognize you, see the hard work, see your proactiveness, and that's how you're going to climb the corporate ladder, okay? And that's how, I've been 20 years in the corporate world, and that's how I I become, the most senior person in the company because I was always thinking, if I were to own the company, what would I do next? Okay, so I don't think of myself as making money for the boss. I'm thinking about making money as the owner. Okay, right. So this is the very good mindset to have.